Hello and welcome back to Outside Views EU. Today we're diving into one of the most defining aspects of the European Union, the free movement of people. It's a concept that's been both celebrated and challenged over the years. So let's break it down. What are the real benefits and challenges of allowing people to move freely across EU member states? First, let's start with the benefits. The most obvious one is the sheer freedom it provides to individuals. Imagine having the ability to live, work, study, or retire anywhere across 27 different countries without the need for a visa or work permit. That's an incredible amount of freedom. For hundreds of millions of Europeans, this has meant access to better job opportunities. And if you can't find suitable work in your home country, you can look for employment in another member state. And this has helped balance labor shortages in some regions, especially in industries like healthcare, construction, and agriculture. And free movement also fosters cultural exchange. When people move from country to country, they bring their culture with them. And this means more diversity in local communities, richer cultural experiences, and an overall strengthening of European identity. It makes Europe feel more united, more like a shared space rather than just a collection of nations. And the free movement of people also strengthens the EU's economic resilience. Labor mobility helps respond to economic changes more flexibly. If there's a boom in a particular sector in one country, workers can easily move to fill those gaps. In fact, during economic crises, free movement has often acted as a kind of a safety valve. And people from struggling economies have found opportunities elsewhere, reducing unemployment pressure back home. And now let's talk education. Thanks to free movement, students can easily participate in programs like Erasmus, which allow them to study abroad and gain valuable international experience. And this broadens their perspectives and helps them develop skills that are increasingly valuable in today's interconnected world. And free movement also benefits businesses. It allows companies to recruit talent from a broader pool across the entire EU. And this has been especially important in sectors like technology, where there's often a shortage of skilled workers. It's a win-win for both employees looking for better opportunities and employers in need of expertise. But of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Free movement comes with its own set of challenges, and I will not be quiet about them. One of the biggest concerns is the strain it can place on local services. When a large number of people move to a particular country or region, it can put pressure on housing, healthcare, and education. This is especially true in cities that are already densely populated. I know that from my hometown. And local residents might feel that they have to compete for resources, which can lead to tensions. And another challenge is the phenomenon often referred to as brain drain. When highly educated or skilled individuals leave their home countries for better opportunities elsewhere, it can leave a gap in their own communities. This is a particular issue in some of the newer EU member states, where younger skilled workers move to wealthier countries, leaving behind an aging population. And then there's the social integration aspect. People moving to new countries might face language barriers, cultural differences, or even discrimination. Integration isn't always easy, and not everyone feels welcome in their new environment. And this can lead to social isolation and a sense of division between locals and newcomers. Economic disparity between member states also plays a significant role. Some countries, particularly in the eastern part of the EU, have significantly lower wages than others. And this can create imbalances as people migrate towards the wealthier regions, leaving behind less prosperous areas. The migration of people can also be a point of political contention. We've seen it used as a topic in elections, with some political groups arguing that free movement threatens local jobs or undercuts wages. And these arguments have fueled Euroscepticism in some parts of Europe. It's important to note, however, that studies generally show that the impact on wages and employment for locals is quite limited. But perception matters, and when people feel economically insecure, they often look for someone to blame. And another issue that arises is the challenge of welfare tourism. While it's not as widespread as some fear, the idea that people move just to access general social welfare systems, it does exist. It's a topic that generates a lot of debate, particularly in countries with more comprehensive social safety nets. To address these challenges, the EU has been working on various solutions. For instance, there are initiatives aimed at better integrating newcomers into local communities, like language courses, cultural programs, and employment support. Additionally, there's been a push to improve conditions in less prosperous member states. The hope is that if opportunities are more evenly spread across the EU, fewer people will feel the need to move just to make a decent living. But achieving this kind of balance is far from easy. So, where does that leave us? The free movement of people within the EU is one of the Union's greatest achievements. It represents the freedom, unity, and shared prosperity that the EU strives for. But it's also a policy that needs constant fine-tuning. Balancing the benefits of mobility with the challenges it brings is an ongoing process. For every story of someone finding new opportunities abroad, there is a community left struggling with the consequences of emigration. For every enriched culture, there is a community grappling with integration. The key lies in recognizing that free movement, like any policy, comes with both opportunities and responsibilities. It requires investment in infrastructure, in education, in community integration programs. It requires empathy from all sides, understanding that mobility is not only about economic gain, but also about the people who are affected by it. And perhaps most importantly, it requires a commitment to making sure that the benefits are shared as widely as possible so no one feels left behind. So thank you for joining me today on Outside Views EU. If you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on European affairs. Let's keep exploring the complexities of the European Union together. See you next time, and the next video is right here in the end screen.